for the Chargers. On the pole, car number 2, Shane Riffle. On the outside of the front row, it's Keith Nugent, car number 44. 2 back on the inside, it's Bill Emmerling in 16. On the outside, it's the 18 of Rich Pocabello. 03 next in line, Vern Bliss. On the inside, while on the outside, it's 53, Mike Wiedemann. Next in line, it's the 80 of Paul Fileski, and behind him, Marty Kling, last week's feature winner in this Charger division, driving car number 9. So that is the starting lineup for heat number 1 for the NASCAR Charger division. Kling Brothers Auto Service, the sponsor on Marty Kling's car number 9. They sponsor a Kling Hard Charger Award in the Charger feature. If a car wins that from the pole, it's worth an extra $50. If he doesn't do it, that 50 rolls over and moves up to next week's feature. So that jackpot ought to be up there in pretty good shape right now on the Kling Brothers Hard Charger Award in this Charger division. There will be 3 8-lap heats for the Chargers. A nice field of Chargers on hand tonight, so we'll split them up into 3 8-lap heats. White flag shown to the field, indicating they should take the green for the original start of this event next time by. It's Shane Riffle on the inside of the front row, car number 2. Keith Nugent on the outside in 44. Bill Emmerling inside row 2 in 16. Outside the 18 of Rich Pocabello. 3 back on the inside, the 03 of Vern Bliss. Vern doing double duty tonight in both the Charger division and a special appearance in the number 6 late model. Alongside of Vern Bliss, car number 03, we find the 53 of Mike Wiedemann. 4th row on the inside, car number 80 is Paul Fileski. And on the outside, number 9, Marty Kling. First of 3 8-lap qualifying heats for this Charger division of cars. Cars in good formation, heading through turn number 3 and 4. Chief starter Doug Carnes brings out the green flag, and heat number 1 for the Chargers is underway. And Speedy Dry is flying as the field heads side by side, 2 wide and 4 deep. At original starting positions all bunched together under a blanket into turn number 3. Keith Nugent takes the lead with car number 44. Rich Pocabello has moved the 18 into the second spot. Shane Riffle trying to hold on to third, but making an outside of the Speedway Challenge. Here comes Mike Wiedemann in 53. And look at Kling come up through in 9. The 16 of Emmerling gets crossed up, getting through the turn. Good recovery on car number 16, and they're side by side for the lead, heading for turn 1. Rich Pocabello down on the inside, the 44 of Keith Nugent on the outside, the 53 of Wiedemann loses the handle for just an instant over there and makes a good recovery and holds that low spot on the racetrack, and he's tied with the 44 car for second place that time by. Rich Pocabello with the lead. Mike Wiedemann now moving into the second spot. Marty Kling and Keith Nugent side by side heading for turn number 3 and 4. Look at Kling down on the inside in the white car number 9 trying to move up on Wiedemann as the cross flags come out. 4 laps of racing excitement have been completed so far, and 4 more to go. Rich Pocabello with the lead. The battle is for second between Mike Wiedemann and 53, and here comes Marty Kling. Kling down on the inside, car number 9. Wiedemann up high as they set him up for turn number 1 and 2. Out of that second turn and down the back straightaway. Rich Pocabello up in front. The battle rages on for that second spot. Mike Wiedemann running the high side of the racetrack. Marty Kling dropping his wheels below the yellow line to get through turn number 3 and 4 and try to get the advantage on car number 53 of Wiedemann. 03 of Vern Bliss has now moved into the 4th spot, and Bliss is closing up on that second and third place battle, trying to make it a trio with 1 lap to go. Rich Pocabello with the lead, Mike Wiedemann second, Marty Kling third, Vern Bliss is 4th. Lead pack out of that second turn, onto the back straightaway. Rich Pocabello still up in front. Here comes Kling down to the inside for that second spot. Out of the 4th turn, they head for the line. The checker is out for Rich Pocabello. Mike Wiedemann second, Marty Kling is third, car number 9, and the 4th car home, the 03 of Vern Bliss. Top 4 cars, 18, 53, 9, and 03. Front 4 cars. Well, ladies and gentlemen, each and every Saturday night at Holland Speedway, we remind you, they run for points, they run for glory, and they run for the love of racing. They run harder, they run faster, and they really put on a show when they know the crowd is with them. So how about a good round of applause for the heat winner, Rich Pocabello? Well, we had 25 challengers, I believe, in. We're splitting the Chargers up into 3 heats, so we must have about 24 of them at least. We got 28 late models in here. We haven't counted all the modifieds that are in, plus the figure 8 cars are here, plus we've got Enduro cars here for their special race, plus the Can-Am midgets. We ought to have close to 150 cars signed in tonight for competition here at Holland Speedway. So a big night of racing on Budweiser 100 night here at Holland Speedway. The winner of heat number 1, Charger style, back in victory lane. Let's hear it again for Rich Pocobello. The Coca-Cola sponsored Chrysler car. That car is a Chrysler. Our director, Bruce Roll, just reminded me of that. He said it's a 93 Chrysler body and a Mopar motor in car number 18 of Rich Pocobello, the Coke machine here at Holland Speedway. Next event on the Speedway, heat number 2 for the Chargers. How about it, Rick?
Thanks, Larry. And the way they're scheduled to start this second 8-lap qualifying run, up in front in the McLean Thomas Wester Ford number 02 out of Hamburg, Kevin Galligan. On his outside, in the Wiedemann & Sons Construction number 58 from Holland, it's Dennis Donnelly. Row number 2 to the inside, in the Higgins Erectors number 97. It's the hot rod, Rod Eamon out of West Valley. On his outside, driving the Philippi Office Machine Scranton Radiator number 3 from Hamburg, Jeff Brown. Row number 4 to the inside, piloting the Rucker Lumber number 6 out of Lawtons, it's Jim Scora. On his outside, set to go in car number 31 out of Orchard Park, it's the farm boy, Bill Smith. Row number 4 to the inside, driving the Mauck Landscaping number 27 from Angola, Chuck Mauck. And the last car in the starting grid, starting 8th in the field outside of row number 4, car number 84, the driver is Ken Heim. 8 laps will be the distance. The top 5 cars, again, will qualify for a top 15 starting spot in the main event. Galligan in the 02, Donnelly in the 58, Eamon in the 97, Brown in the 3, Score in the 6, Smith in the 31, Mauck in the 27, and Heim in the 84. The intermediate full-body division of racing here at Holland Speedway. The NASCAR Chargers set to go in heat race number 2. The green flag is out, and we are racing. It's Kevin Galligan jumping into the early lead in car number 02. Rod Eamon bobbling down the back chute. This opens up the inside lane for Jimmy Score to make a move in car number 6. Scoro makes the move out of turn number 4, makes the pass on Eamon, and is now up in second place. Trying to put the chase on the number 02 of Kevin Galligan. We see some smoke coming from the rear of Bill Smith's number 31, and Smith pulls that car down low, and it looks like Bill's going to pull that one out of action. Tough break for Bill Smith. He made his first appearance of the season last week and ended up lending his car to Mark Bliss, who wrecked his car in his heat. And Mark, of course, running up there in points, and Bill Smith, in a great sportsmanlike gesture, lent his number 31 to Mark Bliss last week. And now this week, a lot of smoke coming out of the number 31 in the heat race. Let's hope that the farm boy and the crew can get the 31 back running by feature time. Let's go back to the front of the field. It's Kevin Galligan in the 02 and Jim Score in the 6, who are beginning to pull away from the rest of the field. Galligan holding on to about a 5-car length lead over the Score number 6. Score, in turn, has about a half a straightaway lead over the third place number 3 of Jeff Brown. Galligan and Scora charge into turn number 3. They circle out of turn number 4. Click off lap number 5 this time by. 5 down, 3 to go. And Rod Eamon in the 97 is slowing. Rod Eamon having some problems. He's off the track. And we're down to 6 cars left on the speedway. We have a race for the number 1 spot is under the parallel flags. Jim Scora in car number 6. Taking a peek down to the inside of Kevin Galligan's number 02. He's able to get position into the turns, but Galligan is able to work that outside groove and get the ponies back up to power faster than Score is coming out of the turns. Under the white flag, it's Galligan and Skora. One more time around. Skora again putting on the pressure down to the inside. Galligan moves back out in front by a car length and a half down the back chute. Skora setting up for one final challenge. Here they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Galligan with the victory. Skora finishes second. Jeff Brown into 3 finishes in 3rd place. Dennis Donnelly in the 58 is 4th. And completing the top 5, it will be the number 27 of Chuck Bach. And Kevin Galligan now moving slowly through turns 3 and 4. Picking up the win in this qualifying heat in the McLean-Thomas Lutz's Mobile, sponsor number 02. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for the winner of the second Charger heat, Kevin Galligan. And Kenny Hankauer was over talking with Rod Eman. Kenny, what happened to Rod's car?
Well, very quickly, the car number 97, driven by Hot Rod Eman. I said, Rod, what happened? Why'd you pull in? He says something broke in the rear end, and he felt the rear end of the car was shifting. So he broke probably a track bar or a panhard bar in the rear end, causing the rear end to slide from side to side. The farm boy, Billy Smith, obviously he was smoking. He pulled in as well. So we'll turn it back up to race control.
Thank you, Kenny. And we hope that Rod and Bill will be able to get their cars back together by feature time, as double points in the line tonight for this Charger division as well. As Kevin Galligan completing his victory lap, he'll bring it to a halt for the victory photo. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, West Tier Ford, McLean's, Lutz's Mobile among the sponsors. Please put your hands together for the driver of car number 02, Kevin Galligan.
Beautiful looking race car, that 02, Rick. It's a 93 Ford Thunderbird. Good looking race car in this Charger division. Speaking of the Chargers, 3rd heat for the Chargers. Now reporting on the Speedway and on the pole, car number 42, Billy McGurr out of Boston, New York. Car number 95 is next. That's Jerry Berkeley from Colden. Current points leader in this division, the number 41, Kenny Froh from Boston. On the outside of row number 2, it's Eric Sanders from Orchard Park, car number 68. Behind him, in car number 17 from Blaisdell, it's Carl Nagel. On the outside, back in action after a trip upside down through turn number 3 and 4 last week with car number 77 from Arcade, Mark the Bushy Bliss. Next row on the inside, part of the Two Guns racing team out of Gowanda, Herschel Two Guns, car number 12. Alongside of him is Tony Calverley in car number 22. And at the rear of the pack, ready to romp and stomp from the back to the front, awesome Al Grimmer in car number 34. So that is your starting lineup for heat number 3 in the Chargers. It's Billy McGurr up in front, setting the pace, car number 42. Jerry Berkeley on the outside, car number 95. Cars in formation on the back straightaway, getting ready for the start of this event.
Well, the Emerson crew and car number 77, Bushy Bliss's car, put in the overtime this week, getting that car put back together, and Lyle Emerson and everyone want to thank all the sponsors and all the extra help they had in getting the number 77 back together. Bushy Bliss, of course, rolling that car over last week in his qualifying heat. He borrowed the Bill Smith car to compete in the feature event to keep up in points, because right now, going into tonight's racing activities, Mark is tied with Eric Sanders for 4th place in the point standings. But the Emerson crew has the number 77 back rolling, back racing, and let's see how Bushy does tonight.
In answer to a question that was sent into the tower on our 800 phone line, are points awarded in the qualifying heats? And the answer to that is no. Points are only awarded in feature events. So we thank the gentleman from St. Catharines, Ontario that phoned in on our 800 line to ask that question. The car's in formation as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Billy McGurr down on the inside. Car number 42, Jerry Berkeley on the outside in 95. They head for the starting stripe. The green flag waves, and heat number 3 for the Chargers is underway. Into turn number 1 and 2, McGurr down on the inside. Here comes Berkeley up around the outside and into the lead. Eric Sanders says that looks like a good route for the number 68 also, as he takes that car into the second position. And look at the 22 of Calverley down on the inside, trying to get up through the pack. Problems on that 22 car. car. The battle for the lead as they head out of that second turn onto the back straightaway. Eric Sanders down on the inside. Jerry Berkeley on the outside in the Pink Panther number 95. And here comes Kenny Froh. Kenny Froh, car number 41, has brought Carl Nagel up through the pack with him. And it's a four-car battle for the lead as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of that second turn, Eric Sanders, your leader. Kenny Froh runs second. Carl Nagel trying to get that third spot away from Jerry Berkeley's car number 95. Nagel with the 17 goes to the inside of the Wyndham Hardware car and takes over third as they head for turn number 1 and 2. Eric Sanders with the lead. Boy, look at Kenny Froh, dirt track it out of that second turn, gets the power to the ground, brings it under control, and zeroes in on the leader as they head out of the number 4 turn. The cross flags come out. The race is half over. It's halfway to go, and the leader is the 68 of Eric Sanders. Kenny Froh back in the second spot. Here comes Froh down to the inside in car number 41. Off that fourth turn, Sanders with the lead. Froh runs second. Carl Nagel third, and on the move as the top three cars head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of that second turn, onto the back straightaway. Sanders, Froh, and Nagel in that order as they set the cars through the banking in turn 4. Down the main straightaway as the double flags come out. 2 laps to go in this 8-lap event as a battle for the lead continues through turn number 1 and 2. Eric Sanders with the lead. Kenny Froh trying to pass as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Carl Nagel right on Froh's back bumper as they head through that fourth turn. White flag time, 1 lap to go. One more time around. And the leader is car number 68, Eric Sanders. Kenny Froh in the second spot and Carl Nagel third. A big charge into that number 3 and 4 turn. A lap car on the way as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Out of the fourth turn, look at Nagel fighting for control. Out of that fourth turn, still fights for control the entire length of the main straightaway and reins in the car number 17, finishing in a good third position. So it's Eric Sanders home with the win. Car number 68, 41. Kenny Froh is second. Carl Nagel an exciting third place finish with car number 17. And here is the winner of the Charger third heat. Let's bring him in with a good round of applause for number 68, Eric Sanders.
Well, Tony Calverley in car number 22 off the pace. Tony's usually one of the top drivers in this division. Something obviously wrong with the number 22. You saw that he was competing without the hood on his car, which seems to me to indicate that they've been doing a lot of work trying to rectify whatever is ailing that number 22. Tony is currently second in points going into this event. He's a full 50 points behind Ken Froh. Froh in the 41 has a nice size cushion in his points lead, but Tony in the meantime has a few drivers hot on his tail for second place in points, so we'll see if the Calverley crew can get the 22 back perking by feature time tonight. Eric Sanders back in victory lane in the Kohler service number 68, the winner of qualifying heat number 3.